Hey guys, welcome to week 2 of the NFL. Picks this week will be in on time, so we'll get started here. Week 2 is always an interesting week. It's more of a week of overreaction from week 1. So essentially, you have people who are, especially recreational bettors, will overreact to how it went in week 1. Rule of thumb, really, if you bet 0-1 teams against 1-0 teams in week 2, typically you're going to do pretty well. There's also the idea too that some teams who you expect to do well, who lost the first game, you don't think there's any way of them going 0-2, which is another way you can get a bit trapped there. So week 2, you got to remember that teams are never as good as their best game, never as bad as their worst. So I have a slate of games here that I'll go through. I think I have about 8 games. I'll just give my quick opinion on. First game, Tampa Bay, New Orleans. Tampa's favored by 2.5 points. This is a game here where, if you look on paper, Tampa should win the game. I would actually go towards New Orleans. I think Brady in his career has really struggled against the Saints. Home field, I mean, not really a huge thing nowadays anyway, but I would actually take New Orleans. I think Brady struggles against the Saints. New Orleans has a really deep receiving core. And I think I didn't watch any of, like I said, the games last week, but I don't think Tampa played particularly well, especially on offense. I think New Orleans, honestly, just offensively, maybe he's a little bit deeper. You never know what's going to happen with Winston, but they have a lot of weapons, especially on at receiver. So give me New Orleans at home, small dog. You could probably just sprinkle some money on the money line there, get some good value with the Saints. Next game, Carolina and the Giants. Giants, a small favorite, 1.5 to 2.5 points. Crazy to think the Giants are ever a favorite, but they won week 1. Carolina lost week 1, so maybe a bit of an overreaction there to give the Giants as a favorite against the Panthers. I would actually look Carolina's way in this spot. Again, who knows with Baker Mayfield, but I think you're going to get a heavy dose of Christian McCaffrey in this game. I think he only had 9 touches last game, and they just got to give him the ball more. So I think if you can give McCaffrey the ball more, Carolina will be okay. And I actually like them against the Giants here. New England and Pittsburgh, close to a pick 'em. I think Pittsburgh's a small favorite here. I actually like New England in this spot. Again, a bit of it. I had Pittsburgh last week against Cincinnati. Again, maybe a bit of an overreaction here in week 2. I don't think Pittsburgh is a great team. I expect New England to bounce back and get the win in Pittsburgh. Seattle and San Francisco. San Fran, 9.5 point favorite. So it tells you what the market thinks of Seattle, who won in week 1. San Francisco lost to Chicago in week 1, and they're still laying nearly 10 points against Seattle. There's no home field advantage here for San Francisco. But I think they're a much better team than Seattle. So this is one where I think a lot of people will be betting Seattle based on what they did in week 1. But I actually like San Francisco in this game, laying almost 10 points. Arizona and Vegas. Vegas favored by 6 against Arizona. Again, Vegas lost week 1. So did Arizona. Arizona looked terrible. And Vegas now laying 6 points at home to Arizona. I think this could be a sneaky game, and I actually like Arizona to, I don't know about win the game, but plus 6 points. I'll take Arizona in this spot. I think a lot of people will be on Vegas, I'm sure. One of those situations where, Vegas is hyped as they were heading into the season. There's no way that they could start 0-2. So I think it's a bit of a trappy game. Arizona could definitely come out and win this game outright, but take them plus the 6. Tennessee and Buffalo. Buffalo laying 10 points. This is a situation where Buffalo looked as good as you can look in the first game of the season. Now laying 10 points against Tennessee, who lost against the Giants. But again, never as good as your best game, never as as bad as your worst. Buffalo should win this game. They're a much better team than Tennessee. But 10 points, this game could be, again, closer than people think. I think Tennessee, if they can string a couple of long drives together running the football, they can at least keep Buffalo's offense off the field. It's a lot of points. People will be all over Buffalo. It might drive this line a bit higher, but Tennessee plus a 10 might be a look as well. Chicago at Green Bay. Green Bay laying 9.5. Chicago, again, this is the same situation of Seattle. Chicago won the first week, Green Bay lost the first week, and Green Bay still laying nearly 10 points like San Francisco is against Seattle. Tells you what the market thinks of Chicago. I mean, there's only one way to bet this game, that's laying the points with Green Bay. Green Bay is notorious for starting out slow. Week one, I expect them to bounce back here in week two and really should blow out Chicago. I expect them to win by a few touchdowns. So I would lay the points with Green Bay. Last game, Jets and Browns. Browns -6. Initially, when I looked at this game, I was thinking Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland should beat the Jets fairly easily in this game. The only thing with this game here is be a little bit careful. It could be a sandwich spot for the Browns. They came off a big win against their former quarterback against Carolina last week, and now they're going to be on a short week. They play again Thursday against Pittsburgh. So they had a big win last week. They're playing a divisional opponent in just 4 days after this game, and they got the Jets kind of sandwiched in between there. Who knows how much of an effort the Cleveland's going to give? They just want to get in, get out. 6 points is not a lot of points, and the Jets are really, really bad. So I understand if you want to take Cleveland, but the Jets might be a small bet at taking them at plus a 6. But it's not one I'm really looking to get too involved in. But it's just one where keep an eye out. Cleveland might seem really easy, and it might not be that easy against the spread. So there you have it, guys. Maybe take the Jets plus a 6 a little bit. New Orleans, I think, is a sharp bet. I think a lot of people will be on Tampa Bay. Carolina against the Giants might be, I think, a sharp bet there. New England against Pittsburgh, laying the points. San Francisco against Seattle, I think is the right side. Arizona could upset Vegas. Tennessee plus the 10 against Buffalo might be the right side, and laying the points of Green Bay against Chicago. Good luck, guys, week 2, and let's get her. Look at this view. I don't even know if I showed you this already, but that's what I get to look at for the next few days. So no watching football, but guys, good luck week 2, and I will make another video sometime next week before the 3rd week. Again, week 2 is always an interesting week. Don't overreact to teams that did really well in week 1, and don't overreact to teams that did really, really poorly in week 1. Week 2 kind of gives you a better idea of where these teams are, and the markets will adjust accordingly after this week. Talk to you later, guys. Good luck.